Hey y'all, welcome to this class. I'm gonna need y'all to bear with me a little bit because I was sick over the weekend. And so if I'm like sniffling or if I'm coughing a little bit, that is why. I have a cup of ice water that is gonna help me make it through this. But I really, really, really wanted to teach this class again. So I taught this on March 9th live. I wanted to teach it again because I felt like it's good information. There was a lot of people who missed it that first time around. And I love talking about money. For a long time, I did not talk about money. I was kind of like, I want to stay away from the money conversation because it it feels, how do I explain it? It used to feel, I should say, it used to feel like I was focusing on or thinking about money, 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 money. And for a lot of people, that comes off as like greed. And y'all know I'm Black. A lot of y'all are Black. If you're not Black, welcome to the cookout. But we don't talk about money a lot, like in our culture, right? And a lot of times we attach the money conversation and having a lot of money to people who are not good people. And I see money as, and that's why I stayed away from it for a long time because I did not want to wrestle that bait. I didn't want to go up against the money as the root of all evil conversation. Um, and so I kind of switched my tune and I said, people really need to have this conversation and they need to talk about sales because sales is what keeps your business alive. And sales is what allows you to grow your business and hire employees and not have to do everything yourself all the time. It is really a tool and a resource to change your lifestyle. So it's not a source, right? But it is a resource, it is a tool. And talking about it allows you to heal your relationship with money so that you can open up to making more of it and you can grow your team and put people on payroll and you can pay people to do what they love. And all of those negative feelings that we have around not only making money or talking about money, but all of those negative feelings that we have around like working for people, those start to go away because we're able to hire people on our team and pay them, a fair wage to do what they love. And that allows them to provide for their family and live a more fulfilling life. And it all starts with us talking about, well, how do I make more sales so that I can build this dream team, so that I can give, create the work culture that I don't have? How am I able to increase my sales so that I can have a team of people where we can travel together and I can give my team opportunities and things like that. And it creates a really nice ecosystem because you're not doing everything by yourself and you have help, but also other people are feeling uh, they're feeling like they're appreciated. The bad thing is not I work somewhere. The bad thing is you work somewhere where you don't feel appreciated, or you work somewhere where they don't pay you enough to, you know, live even like a decent life because we're experiencing like a lot of inflation and things like that right now. So all of those things start with money, better products, more services, higher quality, being able to have someone who deals with customer service, someone who deals with marketing, being able to have a 4-day work week and everybody that works for you have a 4-day work week. It all comes from the tool of money. So this workshop is going to be about my 4 insider secrets to securing the deal and booking more clients online. So this is ideally meant for, like, I know I attract a multitude of people, but this is ideally meant for you if you are the owner of an online service-based business. So if you provide some type of service virtually or online, if you are a coach, this is for you. If you are like a done for you service provider, so if you do any type of like virtual, if you do virtual bookkeeping or anything along with finances, graphic design, website builder, VA, anything like that, or you're a coach, or if you have an online course, because I do have And we had some people in last class, they provide in-person services or they have a business that's physical products, but they are building an online course that they want to release to teach other people how to do what they do or do what they have done, right? And so this is going to help you use your social media and your presence to attract more people that fall into your ideal client market and convert them over to actual customers. Okay. So my name is Kelly, as you guys know. I'm a systems and marketing expert. I started my side hustle in 2010. So I started out as a virtual assistant, side hustling, and I kind of learned a lot of different things. I learned all those different things that we just talked about, like website building, copywriting, all that kind of stuff. I learned all those things. And I decided to go full time in 2017. So I've been full time for about six years now. In between that time, 2010, 2017, I started teaching and I started leading more heavily into the systems and automation side, marketing. Sales and marketing was what I did at my day job prior to 2010. So that kind of just came naturally to me. But the online part of it and the tech part of it happened uh, just in between that time of side hustling and working with so many different people and helping people build their online profiles and things like that. So today I'm going to share with you how I'm able to use my messaging to attract an abundance of paying clients who are aligned with my energy. Okay. So paying clients, because you on social media, you guys know this, on social media, you can attract a whole lot of people. It don't mean everybody is paying. And y'all can drop it in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. You may be in front of my audience where you're like, these ain't the paying people. These are not the right people. And so that happens sometimes. You start to attract people and you build an audience and you're like, wait a second, these are not my folks. These are not my people. And so there is a difference in between attraction, like attraction marketing, and like attracting the right people. And that's why I say people who are aligned with my energy. My energy is like, let's do this work straightforward. Let's get to this money. Let's elevate our lifestyles. Let's feel better about ourselves every day on a physical level, on a spiritual level, all that kind of stuff. And so it is attracting people who are a good fit for who you are naturally, right? A good fit for who you are naturally. Jenna says, especially after going viral on a few reels. Yeah, that's what happened with the reels. You start to go viral, and you're like, wait. I'm so glad that people are looking at my reel, but who are you guys? Who are you guys? So before we start, just know that this is your time. I always say turn off your phone, but I'm a mom now, so you ain't gotta turn off your phone because emergencies happen. But just make sure you're here, right? Like, I think a part of learning and being in a learning environment is realizing that this is for you. Like, this is the time when you get to prioritize what you want out of life and what you want for your business. So it's important that you treat your time just as good as you treat other people's time. That's where the change happens. A lot of time we respect other people's time more than we respect our own. And so this is really for you, right? This is for you. So let me know in the chat if you've ever wanted a wait list of clients who are ready to work with you. Who wants a wait list? You ever had a wait list before? And have you ever wanted to rewind time and launch your program again, but with more sales? So who in here has had like a failed, whatever you consider to be a failed launch, right? Like you launched your program or your service or whatever it was, you were like, hey, I'm taking clients. And then nobody came when you were like, what? Let's do that again. Like, let's do a rewind here because I spent a whole lot of time putting together this course. I spent a whole lot of time putting together this program. And y'all said y'all wanted it. This happens too. I took a poll on my stories and y'all said y'all wanted it. And now it's time to pay for it. Where y'all at? Where are y'all at? Right? Where are you at? Okay, cool. Y'all are in the right place. Yes, right here. I've had a couple for sure. It happens. You are not alone. As you can see on the chat, based on the chat, you are not alone. Okay. You want to be able to sell your programs and services without feeling like you're begging people to join or you're forcing them to join. then you are in the right place today. If you've tried to take a self-study course online, you purchased a video bundle, or you started posting more on social media, trying to avoid the failed launch scenario again, you're in the right place. Okay. If you have built a sales funnel or tried to build a sales funnel, but it's not really working and none of those other things have been working so far, you're in the right place. I always go through this in the beginning of my class, just based off of whatever we're talking about, because I don't want this to be another scenario where you sit through a class and you're like, I thought this was going to help me and it didn't help me. Okay. So this is the time where it's like, if nothing I just said applies to you, you're not in the right place. But if the things I said just now resonate with you, you're in the right place. I'm going to be able to help you today. Okay. I'm going to value y'all's time. If you wish you could show up on social media, sell, and still feel authentic to who you are, because sometimes selling feels icky. Is that anybody here who's like, I start selling, or I'm supposed to be doing these selling type activities, and I start feeling like I am a used car salesman selling lemons, even though I know my stuff is good, right? You want to still feel authentic to who you are. You only want to have calls with serious clients who actually enjoy working with you. Who on here offers discovery calls? Who does discovery calls still? Y'all ever had like people sign up for discovery calls and they don't show up? Or they sign up for a discovery call and they get on and they want all this free coaching and all this free advice. And the call's supposed to be 15 minutes, but you're on there for like 45 minutes. And you're like, what in the world did I just get myself into? What's happening? Ramia said it just happened. Yes. Or an hour, sometimes longer than that. And you're trying to get off and the person is just going. And your head is like, why did I agree to do these free calls, right? We're going to talk about that too. Because I don't do discovery calls anymore. I did at one point and I kept running into that issue. And I found a way to fix that issue. I have a discovery call script that I teach. I found a way to fix that issue with the discovery call script. And then I ultimately decided, I don't think discovery calls are for me. I can find a way to sign clients without doing discovery calls. So now I actually sign 99.9% of my clients with no discovery call. Occasionally, I do have a call prior to payment for someone who I've been able to identify as like very serious. And I'll hop on a call. And my close rate on the calls that I hop on now is 100%. If I get on a call, it's 100% going to end in an invoice being paid within 24 hours. So I've kind of solved that part, but I'll share some more information on how you guys can get that from me at the end of this. So one thing I've noticed just from being in the online space for 6 years full time is that even if you have a great program with proven experience and you talk about it and you show up on social media, it doesn't mean people are going to enroll or become your client, right? Like just because it's good. So what I've done is I developed my own framework for hitting my sales goals that didn't feel forced. And so now I'm able to show up and attract clients who actually pay and are prepared to work. I'll tell you guys this, right? Because people will tell you all day, post every day and post good content every day and you'll convert. Post good content, you'll convert. But honestly, there's a little bit more to it than that. That is just the tip of the iceberg. And there's a lot of other things that go along with that. Systems, right? Having a system, but also knowing how to show up. Just because you're there doesn't mean that you're communicating in a way that's going to attract the person that's going to pay or attract the person that's going to convert. And that's what this class is about. So let's go ahead and get into where we are starting here. All right. So I'm going to share with you guys 4 secrets today that don't get talked about a lot, 4 things that are super, super important. If you have questions, go ahead and you can start dropping them in the chat as I'm talking through this. I'll answer all the questions at the end, okay? So secret 1 is continually honing in on your messaging. Messaging is not something that, oh, I've decided that this is my messaging, this is what I'm going to say on social media, and that's it. Let's move on to the next thing. Messaging is continual, right? It keeps happening over and over again. You have to go back and revisit your messaging. When I'm saying messaging, what I mean is how you communicate the value of what you offer. So, how are you communicating the value of what it is that you are selling or offering, right? Throughout this, I'm going to use the word offering and selling as interchangeable terms because they are. And when you start to think about it as I'm offering this person this, it becomes a little bit easier to step into that place where you are comfortably asking for money, right? Or you're comfortably saying, hey, I understand that you have this problem. Here is the solution that I propose to solve your problem. I can help you do that. Would you like to do it or would you not like to do it, right? That's selling. But when you're saying offering, it feels a little bit more comfortable because you never want to feel like, and you never should be, forcing someone to buy. What you want to do is identify what their problem is and then propose a solution that you offer to that problem. But continually honing in on your messaging is figuring out how to describe what it is that you do. So you can use systems, tools, and content and being in tune with what customers want versus what they say they want. People will say they want one thing, but it doesn't mean that they want that. They may want something else. I'll use myself as an example. People say they want systems. I want systems. I want systems. What do they actually want? They want more money without feeling like overwhelmed and crazy hectic. Systems will get you organized only if you are already attracting a bunch of leads. If you're not attracting a lot of leads, a sales funnel is not going to do much for you. A sales funnel is not going to make you more sales if you don't have people joining your email list every day. So you have to learn how to sell, right? Or how to get people to download your lead magnet every day. Then you can implement a system, and that's where the money comes out. So you have to listen to what do people think they need? Like, what are they saying they need on my social media? And I'll look at that by looking at my analytics. Which of my posts are most popular? That's what people think they need help with. And talking about those things and then leading them to help them not only get what they say they wanted, but also the full circle of what they want, right? The full circle of what they want. So using those systems tools, which I consider to be like your analytics on Instagram, looking at, how many people are joining your email list, that'll tell you if your messaging is good or not. Because if you're saying something on social media that connects to your lead magnet, but people aren't downloading it, there's something going on with your messaging. Okay. There's something going on with your messaging. So, secret number one is continually honing in on your messaging and looking at, and it may be hard for you to do. So, you may need someone else to look at it from the outside looking in. But hey, this is what I sell. When you look at my social media, does it make sense what I'm posting on social that this is what you're going to get? This is the end result. So, that's secret number one. Shannon says, people say they need better kids or kids that listen, but they actually need parenting tools to deal with behavior issues. Correct. Exactly. They feel like my kids don't listen. My kids need this. I'm going to send my kids to therapy or whatever. But what they actually need is parenting tools to deal with behavior issues. They probably need some type of communication class or, something along those lines. So when you get on social media, you are going to address, hey, here's how you get your kids to listen. What you need to say is what they think they need. So, hey, here's how you get your kids to listen. You can do that with these parenting tools, communication strategies, etc. So you want to do that instead of saying, you don't need kids that listen. You actually just need to learn how to communicate. So, because that's what we're thinking. We're thinking like, no, you cannot just come trade your kids in for kids that listen. All right. Secret number two. Secret number two is automated lead generation happening 24/7. Give away the goods to open the loop and being able to identify who is hot and who is cold. Your lead magnet should be generating leads 24/7. A lead is someone who is warm, right? It's someone who knows who you are. They've joined your email list. They're considering purchasing. People don't join your email list if they're not considering purchasing something from you, right? They join your email list because they're thinking to themselves, hey, this information is good. She's got some free information. I think I could really benefit from that. And if she has something that I really need, I'm going to go buy it. That's what they're thinking when they join your email list. So you have to make sure that whatever your lead magnet is getting people to join your email list every day, even if it's just one person a day. That's good enough, right? Because that means that your lead magnet is bringing in potential customers every single day without you doing it yourself, right? Does that make sense? Because people can just click the link in your bio, go to a landing page, put in an email, and download your lead magnet. Okay. So here's an example of a lead magnet. I see that question. Here's an example of a lead magnet. I always use myself as an example, but I have a lead magnet that's called 7 Ways to Convert More Clients from Free Content. It is a free download. I wrote it in a Google document. I designed it in Canva. It's like 3 or 4 sheets long. I designed it in Canva. I downloaded it as a PDF and I built a landing page for it in my email marketing system, and I attached the PDF. So people can click the link in my bio. It's not there anymore, y'all. But you can click the link. They used to be able to click the link in my bio, put in their name and email and hit submit. And then on the next page, it will say, hey, check your email. The free PDF is in your email. And it automatically sends them that free download that gives them 7 ways they can start converting more clients for free. If you're in here, you might have gotten that because it hasn't been that long since I took it down. It's probably been a month. But what that does is it starts bringing me people that are interested in booking more clients from the free content they're already posting on social media. Are they ready to buy? They may not all be ready to buy right then, but that's okay because they go into a sales funnel, right? They go into a funnel and they get emails later. They kind of help them understand what it is they need, where they can get it from, how much it costs, all that kind of stuff. But you have to have automated lead generation happening 24/7, okay? Like a bait to hook them. Yes, when I teach this, I actually teach it as hook, line, and sinker. So it's the hook, you're getting their attention, you're giving them of something of value, something that's going to help them take the first step, because you want to make sure whatever you're giving away for free is good enough to get somebody through the first step or the first 2 or 3 steps of the process, right? So something that's good enough to be paid for. Then you have the line, which gives them a little bit more explanation, gets them a little bit farther along, closer to their goal. And then you have the sinker, which is your paid product that gets them all the way to the goal. Okay, all the way to the goal. People have to know, I also refer to this as the appetizer. People have to know that you know what you're talking about. And they need to be able to figure that out risk-free. So they can figure that out without taking a huge risk if they're able to download something for free that's like an appetizer or a hook, right? We know when we're trying to decide on what restaurant we want to eat, we go to their website and look at the pictures. That'll reel us in. We'll look at their Instagram. That'll reel us in. If you're in a busy area, you'll probably smell something like, oh my God, that something smells good. I smell some barbecue. Let's go get some barbecue. That's the lead generation. It's bringing people through the door. Okay. It's bringing people through the door. Yes, that is a good title. I see that in the chat. That's a great title. Okay. And I also refer to this as open loop. It opens the loop, right? If you helping someone achieve their goal, whatever your ideal client's goal is, I'll draw. Whatever their goal is, right? From A to B, they're going to start right here and they're going to go through this whole process with you of getting to their goal. Because a lot of the things that people want to accomplish, they're not just easy, like, oh, we got it done, yay, whatever. It actually takes a process, it's a journey. And so you open the loop by offering them the lead magnet for free. And then along the way, they might buy something that's lower cost. And they may go into a coaching program with you until they get to their goal. Okay. So you want to open the loop. You want to open the loop. I love that you guys are participating. No, it's great because I want you to, while we're here together, I want you to make those connections and be like, oh, I get it. I see how that works for me, right? I see how that works for me. So that's the second thing, lead generation. You need at least one new person every day. Okay. I just taught sales school, the first cohort, and I had someone that generated 150 leads in 1 week. In 7 days, 150 people joined her email list, and they were all qualified like buyers. So that's a big deal. That sets you up for how much money you can potentially make. You know, if you're selling something, I love numbers too, so I'll give you guys a number. Let's just say hypothetically, I have a $99 package or something like that, right? And 20 people join my list. 20 times 99 is $2,000. That's a potential of $2,000. So that secret number 2 helps you expand your mind like, oh, I could be making a lot of money. Instead of me saying to myself, it's only 20 people, only 20 people join my list this month, whatever. 20 people a month is less than one person a day. One person a day would be what, 30 people? So instead of saying, oh, it's only one person a day, it's not enough. It's only 30 people a day. It's a potential of $3,000 if your price point is $99. If your price point is higher than that, you know, if your price point is $500 or if your price point is $1,000 and 30 people join your list, there's a potential of $30,000. It's a lot of money. So, secret number 3, date your audience. Don't skip this step, date your folks, okay? How are you building the relationship? You need a nurturing strategy, not just a funnel. So, you're thinking, what am I supposed to be posting on social media? That's your content strategy. What am I supposed to be sending out in an email, in my emails after I get people to join my email list? That's your email marketing strategy. You need a nurturing strategy. How am I getting to know my audience? And how is my audience getting to know me in a way that doesn't talk about money? When you have a balance of not talking about sales and not talking about money and not saying, hey, go buy this, go buy this, go buy this. When it's time for you to say, hey, open enrollment, go buy this, enroll. When it's time for you to say that, it doesn't feel weird because you actually have a relationship with these people. It's a lot easier for you to ask someone to buy something that you actually have a relationship with than it is to ask someone you just met, right? So you have to have a nurturing strategy in place. Tammy says, what if your audience doesn't talk? That's a really good question. If your audience doesn't, most people have an audience that does talk, but you haven't given them a reason to talk. So ways that you can give your audience a reason to talk or encourage them to talk or engage with you is by adding questions to the end of your adding questions to the end of your captions. So at the end of your Instagram captions, add questions. Hey, what do you guys think about this? How do you like this? How do you deal with that? Like I posted a reel yesterday. Now this doesn't have anything to do with business, but this is about content balance and nurturing. I posted a reel yesterday. I was making pinto beans. I said, what is the correct side to cook with pinto beans? A, B, or C? That prompted my audience to respond. It gave people a reason to comment. Was it about selling in my programs and my VIP and all that? No, but it was me getting to know my audience. I'm dating my audience. How do you like to eat your food? Where are you from? That's what it revealed to me. Where are you guys from? So instead of me just saying, hey, where are you from? And they're like, maybe I'll respond, maybe I won't. Let's talk about food. Everybody loves to talk about food, right? So just like you would date somebody in real life, you want to date your audience. So building that relationship, having an intentional strategy around how am I getting to know my people? How am I getting to know what they want? Okay. Uh, like we have Shanna in here, Shanna K. I hope I'm saying that right. But we have Shanna in here. She can start conversations with her audience, meaningful conversations on social media. You know, hey, when at what age did your child become, you know, hard to communicate with, right? Let's just say, for example, I don't know, I have a 1 year old. She's not really there yet. She's like just now starting to communicate, but you could open up that conversation. What age did your child start, becoming difficult to communicate with? Was it the preteens? Was it the teens? You can ask them, hey, who do you think is harder to parent in the teen stage, boys or girls? Those types of things make people want to comment and it make people want to have a conversation with you. She said you are, right? What's the hardest part of parenting? Exactly. What's the hardest part of parenting? These are questions that will spark engagement. We're on social media, like specifically Instagram, Facebook, because we want to see things visually. But what do we really want? We want to communicate. We want to connect with other people that understand who we are and what we've been through. And we want to participate in conversations where our voice can be heard. That's like a basic human need. We want to feel heard. Everybody does. Parents want to feel heard. Business owners want to feel heard. Whoever your ideal client is, everyone is struggling with that. I want to feel heard. I want to be in a room where people value my opinion. On your social media, when you're dating your audience, you're giving people a space to share their opinion. And that helps you build better services and better programs. So that's secret number 3 is date your audience. Are y'all with me? Awesome. Secret number 4 is attractive offer plus attractive experience. Okay. Attractive offer plus attractive experience. What makes your service or program unique from everybody else's? This right here is going to get you clients out the wazoo. Like, this is what's going to push people over from, hey, I'm kind of thinking about, enrolling in your program, to I'm going to enroll in your program. It doesn't matter if you sell business stuff to businesses. It doesn't matter if you sell things for life, right? Because some of you guys may be life coaches. All of these things apply to life coaches as well. People need to know that what you're offering them, whether it's an online course or a coaching program or a done for you service, they need to know that what you're offering them is different than what they've already tried. And it's different than all the other options. So you have to know what makes your service or program unique from everyone else's. And are you highlighting those elements? Are you talking about that stuff? Right? Who knows what makes their service different or what makes their program different? Is there anyone right now that knows that? Like, I've looked at other people's programs, and this is what makes mine different. Share it with me in the chat what it is. Share it with me in the chat, right? Angela said, me and my personality. That's what you have to highlight. You have to talk about, hey, this is going to be different because my personality is this type of way, right? Access to my business network, that's huge. Access to my business network, that's a big one, right? You've spent time and energy building a valuable business network, and network is network, right? Y'all heard that saying. Making sure that people know when you enroll in my program, when you work with me, you get access to my business network. And talking about it the way that I'm saying it, not, oh yeah, you get this, access to my business network, blah, 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 blah. You want to really focus on what they're getting from you that they're not going to get from somebody else. Chana said it's not lecture style and interactive and gets to the belief behind the behavior, not the behavior itself. You dig deeper. That's what you have to highlight. Hey, we're not just talking about the behavior, we're getting down to the root of this thing. So, because if you just address the behavior, what's going to happen is the behavior may reappear later on. That's what you have to talk about, right? Sarissa says, I hope I'm saying all y'all's names right. I feel like my services are different because I actually teach people how to accomplish things for their business versus just telling them, right? Your teaching style. I become another auntie. My kids love me. Knowledge, right? Attractive offer and attractive experience. So, what makes your program or service unique? Are you highlighting those elements? And are you talking about what you're offering in a way that makes it attractive? So that's secret 4. All right. So here's what to expect as you get started. So as you're using these things, right? As you're using secret 1, continually honing in on your message. Secret 2, automated lead generation happening 24/7. Secret 3, dating your audience. And secret 4, attractive offer plus attractive experience. Here's what to expect, because I don't want you to think, oh my God, I'm going to go home, do all this stuff, bam, sales at the wazoo. I'm going to remember everything she said in the last 40 minutes and my life is going to change. It is going to change if you can't remember everything I said in the last 40 minutes, but it's going to be very difficult to do that. And it's hard to do alone, right? It's easy to listen. It's easy to show up to class, but when you get to the execution part of things, it's hard to do this stuff alone. But here's just some rules of thumb. You have to keep showing up, but start communicating in a different way. So if you've been showing up every single day and you're like, I'm tired, I've been showing up every single day, you got to keep showing up, but know that now you're going to show up in a different way than you showed up yesterday. And if you were on live this morning, or if you recorded a video, if you posted something this morning, the way you show up after this class, it's going to be different because now your mind is in a different place than it was. Okay. It's in a different place than where it was. So it's a marathon, not a sprint. You don't need any more self-study courses. When it comes to learning sales, self-study courses is not going to work for you if you are not if you were not already in sales. You know what I'm saying? Like, if most of the time, if you were not already doing sales in your previous job, whether it was corporate, retail, whatever, a self-study course is going to be very hard to learn sales through a self-study course because you need that hands-on. You need the feedback. You need the accountability. Drop it in the chat for me if you've ever tried to learn something on your own, like something completely new, and you went to a self-study course and you were like, I thought that I was going to be able to do this, but I need feedback. I need accountability. I need somebody to look at my sales page and say, yes, no, yes, no. I need somebody to look at my social media. I need to try this. And then I need someone to tell me, like, I need the teacher or the coach or whatever. Is this right? Is it wrong? Where could I have done better? Sales is one of those things. Some things you can teach yourself. I think sales is easier learned with a live coach, lots of feedback and lots of support, because you're not always going to get a yes. Everybody who joins your email list is not always going to, make a purchase. And so you also need the support. Like, you need someone to say, it's cool, sis, keep going. Like, keep going. Someone's going to say yes. You may need to change your lead magnet or tweak your copywriting. You may need to change your lead magnet or tweak your copywriting. All right, sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Sorry. Somebody was at my door and I'm like, y'all stop knocking on my, y'all probably couldn't hear it, but I was like, y'all stop knocking on my door while I'm in the middle of a class. Sorry, y'all. But you may need to change your lead magnet, okay? Or tweak your copywriting. So expect that as you get started. Who has a lead magnet set up right now and they're not getting a lot of downloads? Like there's not a lot of people really joining their email list. Is there anybody here that's like that? You may have to change your lead magnet or the name of your lead magnet, or maybe it's what you wrote on the landing page. There could be a couple of different things there. So just be aware of that. And then the last thing that I would say, expect as you get started, is to have set aside some time to stay consistent with your email marketing. You want to have specific time each week that you say, hey, this is my 2 hours that I'm going to set aside this week to write up a couple of emails and schedule them out or whatever, right? You want to make sure you have that time set aside to do. So Sales School is my program where I help you build your sales confidence and make more money. There's a lot of different things that I teach inside of Sales School, but all of it is geared towards you getting to a place in your business where you are effortlessly attracting clients and people are paying for your services and programs every day, right? They could be paying for something that's low ticket. They could be paying for something that's high ticket. Doesn't matter. The goal is to get your bottom line higher so that you can take a back seat and start building your team so that you don't have to work all these long hours. And then you're like, why am I working 40, 50, 60 hours a week and my bank account does not match up with the amount of hours that I'm working, okay? So you want to become a confident seller and automate your sales in 60 days or less. The first half of Sales School is 30 days of live group coaching. We meet 2 times a week. And I would say try to make it to the 2 times live. If you can't, I upload the replay the same day. So if you miss it, right, it's Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12, from 12 to 1 at this time, Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you miss it, you can catch the replay when you get off of work, if you're working, right? Or if you're busy. But we do 2 times a week because I designed this program to be high touch and to have a lot of support. So I'm going to show up 2 times a week to make sure that I'm coaching you live and you get what you need. So the first 30 days, we have live weekly group coaching sessions 2 times a week. And the second 30 days is mentorship and execution. Honestly, you're going to start executing before we get like in the first 30 days. Like the person that I had last time in the last cohort that gained 150 leads in 1 week, she started executing after the first session. She was like, let's go, let's do this. I got money to make, like, let's do it. And so that's why she was able to get her results in the first 7 days. You're going to start executing before that. But instead of just having 30-day boot camp, I added a 30-day mentorship on the back end because as you are really digging deep, watching the replays, building your sales funnel, showing up on live, generating those leads, tweaking your lead magnet, I want to be there to answer your questions. We have a private Voxer group chat that I answer questions Monday through Friday like this, right? Like it's quick. You ask a question, I answer it. And so that goes into our group chat. So you can ask questions in between the sessions. So if you're there live and then you go execute and you're running into challenges or roadblocks or whatever, you can ask questions in the group chat. I respond pretty quickly. Or if you missed the session and you watch the replay and you have questions from watching the replay, you can drop them in the group chat and I'm responding, okay? So we have that Voxer group chat. It's 60 days in total, 30 days of live coaching, 30 days of mentorship, 60 days together. Does that make sense? Here's what we cover in the live coaching sessions. Breaking down money blocks. So a little bit of what I talked about in the beginning of this, of breaking down your money blocks and those thoughts around money, because you want to get rid of those as you go transition into opening yourself up to make more money. Okay. Video marketing and selling. So I teach you guys about how I create my videos for Instagram that convert, because some of those videos are just nurturing videos, just me talking about topics, but some of them are selling videos. So we talk about that. I give you guys my sales pitch formula. So how do I talk about sales? If I do a video and I get to the end of it, how do I transition into talking about sales? Or if I'm writing an email, how do I transition to the end of the email to talking about sales and pitching my product, my digital products, or pitching my services and programs? Woo. So you get my sales pitch formula. These are all live sessions. Sales page copywriting blueprint. So for your sales pages, I actually have a blueprint that you follow. And so I walk you through that blueprint and the psychology of why things should be in certain places on a sales page. And so that helps you get your sales page into the right order. We also have sales pages and landing page audits. So you're able to submit the link to your sales page or the link to your landing page, and someone on my team, I or someone on my team, will go in, we record our screen and look at your sales page and give you an audit and say, hey, I would change the color of this because sometimes the color contrast will throw off your sales. I would move these words over here, maybe add a picture over here, turn this into bullet points, break up your lines in this way, because all those little things like that make the difference in between a sale and not a sale, because your sales page has to be readable and it has to, like I said, your messaging has to be there. It's great because from an outside in perspective, like we're looking at your sales page and saying, I read this whole thing, but I don't know what this person offers. That happens a lot. You are so deep into what you do that it's hard to see, am I really detailing out exactly what this person is going to get? Am I really talking about the transformation that my ideal client is going to get from enrolling in my program or booking with me, right? So we have a sales page copywriting blueprint and we do audits as well. We also have a live coaching session on brand storytelling. So selling without selling, right? If you've ever heard of that term. So selling that feels authentic. It's you telling stories about how you started your business, why you're into the topics that you're into, why you do what you do, all of those things. Those also attract clients because you have to be relatable, right? And people will tell you all day, be authentic, be authentic. Okay, what does that mean? I'm already being authentic. Like I post every single day. I'm not being fake. Like, but I don't know what you're saying. We're saying be authentic. So we have a whole session around brand storytelling. Also, my step-by-step plan for launching. So I have a specific 4-week launch plan for my marketing campaigns, how I get my programs out there, how I generate my leads, when all of that stuff is released. So you get that step-by-step plan there in a live coaching session. And all of these have open question and answer, just like I've been answering your questions like this, like while we're here. They all have that, and there's a question and answer session at the end too. Then we talk about simple and easy to install sales funnels. So I have 4 and 5-figure sales funnel maps that I've used to make that type of money in 90 days or less, and not just at the size that I am, right? I'm going to show you guys some very easy to use sales funnels and sales funnel templates that I've been using since I had 4,000 followers or less to make 4 and 5 figures. And then we have a session on pricing psychology. So how to price your programs and services and build an ascension ladder, which is basically a low priced offer, a middle priced offer, and a high ticket offer, so that you're able to meet your client wherever they are financially without stressing yourself out, right? So these are just our live sessions. These are just our live sessions. There are templates. There's all kinds of stuff, templates in there, resources. My programs are dynamic. So anytime you go into a coaching program with me, if at any point during these live coaching sessions, because there's 8 of them, at any point during these live coaching sessions, if you have a question or you're like, hey, I need a resource for this or I need a resource for that, I go create it and I add it in. Like within 2 or 3 days, I'm creating that thing and I'm adding it in there. And so the program becomes more customizable to your cohort. Okay. The goal from sales school is that you end up being more confident with your sales. You have increased engagement on social media. So people start to talk to you on social media, just like you're showing up and talking to them. You've got more people joining your email list, like the example that I share with you guys. Your sales are increasing on your programs and services. So you're actually able to start selling in that first 60 days. You can actually see like, oh, this is different. Like I'm getting people who are DMing me, but they're actually going to the cart and checking it out. You'll also see that you'll have like more decision calls with clients. So I converted my structure from having discovery calls to only having decision calls. So decision calls are when you get on the phone with people who are super serious about enrolling and they're ready to pay. They already have the money. They're just trying to figure out, is this for them or not? But they've got the money. Money's never the problem, right? So how to get more decision calls with clients. So you're on the phone with people who are not questioning the price of your program, right? Because I don't mind getting on a call if I know that you are ready to pay, if this is right for you. So we can have a conversation about whether it's right for you or not, right? That's what you want to be talking about on those calls. And then you'll also have a clear pathway from first introduction to paying client. So if you get on social media and you're wondering, why am I posting this? Where am I leading these people to? What's going on here? You're going to have a clear customer journey now. So all of these things you'll develop in the first 30 days. And then that second 30 days, you will go on to execute. The cost of sales school, the investment is $1,500, right? It's not going to be $1,500 forever because the more people that get into it, like the first cohort that just went through, there was somebody that booked 4 VIP days in the first cohort. Okay. So the investment being $1,500, and there's a payment plan. You can split that up into 3 equal payments of $575. But the investment of having 8 live coaching sessions, continued support in between coaching sessions, audits on your sales page and landing page, copywriting templates, email sales funnel templates, tech help, like all of that kind of stuff,